So I wanted to do a reading today. These three cards that I pulled are so okay. I gathered my cards from somewhere in my trunk and I came to the table and I counted them and I was missing three. I went to go get the three. It was the Page of Swords, the King of Swords, the Six of Wands, and at the bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. So I haven't started reading the cards, but that's just very powerful to me. I want to think of another word than powerful. That's just a very strong energy. All of those swords. And when I picked up the Page of Swords first, then the King of Swords, and I immediately thought or heard you went from a page to a king. So it's like you went from being small-minded or just not very strong-minded or weak-minded to being, a very intelligent person and somebody who really thinks about things before they do it and they think it through. Another thing that's very significant, and it's so crazy because we're talking about swords, which have to do with air. I have a feather in my hair. That's got to do with air too. The sky here looks incredibly beautiful, and it's strange because I've seen that's like the seventh. I was about to say or eighth. That's like the seventh airplane I've seen since I've been here, and I don't recall ever seeing airplanes. As much as I've been to this park, I don't recall ever seeing airplanes, but I've seen 7 airplanes. Like, that's just really crazy to me. That's blowing my mind because I grew up at this lake. So there's something very significant about air, travel, thought, and communication. Really thinking. Anyway, let me start reading the cards. So the Page of Swords to the King of Swords. You went from, like I said, being small-minded to being a very intellectual, intelligent person. And now it's time for you to leave. I feel like since you're growing as a person and you've outgrown your environment, and I feel like the Six of Swords is saying now it's time to, chart a new territory, to start a new voyage, but to just start a new journey elsewhere. And with the Three of Swords being at the bottom of the deck, I feel like whoever is watching, y'all have been through so much. It's like the things that you've been through really shaped your mentality. They made you it's kind of like, I just heard bulletproof. So it's like somebody cannot come and easily sway you. You won't be swayed at all, but you're not easily swayed. You're listening to your intuition and you're doing what's best for you. You're gonna think about something thoroughly before you even act or speak. So you're in this very powerful energy, this King of Swords. It's like nobody can move you. And it's not a stubborn energy, but it's like, I know what's best for me. That type of energy. What's also very significant is that the situation we have for the cards that I pulled from the Modern Witch Tarot deck is the Seven of Swords. So it's given like travel and relocating. That's the 8th airplane. And I feel like another thing I heard too is 8 could be very significant to the person that's watching. It could be 888 or 888. That's like the 8th airplane. Like, I'm blown away. It keeps being a theme of air, wind, blowing, thought, flying, birds. Just this very air energy. So I guess whoever is watching this is an air sign, or you might have an air rising. Your rising sign might be an air sign. Or you just been spending a lot of time thinking and gathering your thoughts. And I feel like also you've been spending a lot of time turning your negative thoughts into positive thoughts. So I feel like you're the Seven of Swords. You're relocating. For the obstacle, it's the Three of Cups. I feel like not really an obstacle, but something that's probably slowing you down from relocating is feeling kind of afraid to leave your family and friends, In the past, it's the Judgment in reverse. So I feel like in the past, the place that you're leaving, you might have had people around you who, even if you were slacking or even if you were kind of, going down a bad path, you didn't have people around you who would straighten you up, because it's like they were low vibrational too. So even if you were low vibrational, it would just everybody would just be low vibrational. But in the future, you have the High Priestess in reverse. So that's interesting. In the future, the High Priestess in reverse. I feel like it's kind of like, I feel like something is gonna get out. Maybe something that you wanted to keep a secret, you'll actually speak on, being this King of Swords, and tell the truth. Or just maybe something will kind of get out that is kind of like a secret, or maybe it used to be a secret for you, but now you're ready to speak on it. And the belief, the Page of Wands in reverse. So I feel like you believe that right now is not really a time to kind of switch up on the way you're doing things. I feel like you want to just keep like a steady flow of whatever you have going on right now. Even it's a fly on my, just landed on the car. All of this stuff about flying. Anyway, the Page of Wands in reverse is telling me that you just don't want to overcrowd your thoughts right now. You're being very particular about the things that you put in your mind, because even like me, a lot of times I can crowd my mind with all these thoughts, and that'll really get in the way of living in the present, and it'll take away the beauty of the right now. So I feel like you're at a point to where you're not really thinking too hard about stuff or about the future. You're living in the present. Problem 8 of Wands. I feel like in the past, or you just realized, maybe even today, there's a ninth airplane. There's a crane flying by. First of all, I want to say there are no geese here today. Y'all know every time I do a reading, I'm talking about all of the geese. There is not one single geese here, but a big ass crane just flew by, and that's the 9th airplane. This stuff is crazy. So yeah, I feel like in the past, maybe you just realized that you were moving too fast and that you needed to slow down, which is helping you gather your thoughts. So the Page of Cups is you, and the advice. So I feel like the advice is to look for ways to be creative, to let the time go by. Instead of really just overthinking, use that energy to create and express yourself in a creative way. I feel like that would be what's best for you. The outside influences is the three of Wands. I feel like you had people that were just waiting, and it's like, I feel like you had people that were just watching you, waiting on you to do stuff, probably so they could kind of copy you, or just looking up to you. And instead of asking for advice, they would just kind of watch you to see what you would do. Hey. Yeah, but I feel like people just being all up in your energy kind of would crowd your thoughts too, because I feel like you're an intuitive person. So it's like if somebody is in your energy, you would pick up on that. And I feel like clearing your energy is very important, because you're the type of person that people want to figure out what you have going on. So a lot of people will be in your energy, and energetically you could be picking up their energy, which was because you're the King of Swords now, which was making you, just not at peace. Anyway, I hope I said that in a way where it made sense. The King of Pentacles is your hopes and fears. So I feel like you fear being a person that's successful but that does not have anybody around. For instance, you fear like having a career that you want and being very successful, but you don't have a partner to share it with. But you also hope to be very independent and successful and happy, being independent, or being not alone, but being, anyway, you also hope to be this very stable, independent person. The outcome is the Star and the 7 of Cups. So I feel like you'll have so many options. I feel like all of your wishes will come true kind of at once, or like right after the other. You'll get so much abundance that you'll have options when it comes to whatever you want. Like if you wanted anything, I would say a pair of shoes. If you wanted a green pair of shoes, it'll be times in your life where, okay, if you want a green pair of shoes, you go in the mall or you go in a store, there'll be 4 green pairs of shoes for you to choose from. So it's like you never could win, or you never could lose or lose out, because you have so many options of whatever you want. Like so much abundance. That's why I was saying 8 could be significant. 8 can be significant. 8, double 8s, or triple 8s. But that is your reading. You deserve all of the good things coming to you, because you've been through a lot. You've worked on yourself and you've overcame. So I love this abundance that's coming your way. I love you too. And see you on my next reading. Bye. See you later.